Yes, we are going to be playing Dragon Quest Monsters, the first game in the series. Well, actually, we're going to be a remake of a remake. It's called Dragon Quest Monsters Terry Wonderland SP, which is a remake of the 3DS game of Terry Wonderland 3D, which is a remake of the original Dragon Quest, or Dragon Warrior Monsters as you hear in the States. But just listen to that music. Just brings so much back, so many memories. Yes, there are some differences in this game to the 3D remake of the game from the original, and a lot of them are really nice little additions. We'll get to those when we get to those, but we're going to be playing through it. And as you can tell, it is all in Japanese. That's right, this has actually not been officially released here in the States, but we'll get more into that later. We're going to start a new game here, so let us get started, shall we? Yeah, as I said, it's like the remake, and honestly, I'm just very happy to be able to play it, even if it isn't Japanese. I mean, I either do this or get a 3DS capture card and try doing it that way, but it's easier just to get it this way. If you don't know, the story is here, as you can see. Terry is running around with his sister Millie chasing after him. It's a little bit different than the other one. I think the other one was more like they're playing and then they were told to go to bed. This one makes Millie look like she's telling him to go to sleep because you need to, because I'm in charge. Or giving the idea that monsters will take him into sleep if he doesn't do it. He gets really downcast from what I see too. I mean, or he's just annoyed. So, and she's not hearing any of it. Aw, you're no fun. And I said Millie and Terry, did I not? I mean, it is called Terry's Wonderland, but if you're wondering, yes, they are the younger versions of Millie and Terry from Dragon Quest VI. Number 2 kind of went off tangent and went on into its own thing with its own basic characters. There is no characters used in that. They're from other Dragon Quest games. But here, you're a small Terry that becomes like literally an awesome, cool character later on in his own right as a swordsman. Here we get controls. Okay, you basically use down there to control the virtual stick, which you can see right there. And you could either push that little exclamation point when it pops up, or you can even do it on the screen, which I do right over here. I can't understand a lick of Japanese, just to let you know. I have no idea what it's saying, but, ooh, look, clouds start glowing. So I guess I'll go over here and check it. Also, plot device. Okay. Ow, that would hurt. I would be more of the fact that I hurt. Oh, it's you. Welcome to the cast Warabo, or as they call him in the unofficial fan translation, Rodney. He's kind of a jerk. Honestly, just really kind of a jerk. I mean, look at this. He takes a basket. See the basket there? He throws it on top of your head. Like that. And then, to add insult to injury, he's making fun of you. Most likely. And look what he does now. Okay, he's gonna abduct her. I mean, if you play the original, he abducts her and she's actually awake at that time. In this, you'll see in about 5 seconds. Yes, dramatic. Panning is dramatic. Okay, he just attaches her when she's sleeping. And yeah, he just goes away and says, "Neener, neener, neener," and runs away like a little coward, pretty much. Like a little jerk. But after this guy disappears out into thin air, we get the next character. His name is Cottony, or Waterbow. And I'm going to be doing a lot of in between for these characters because I remember their old names from the old game, and they've changed them all up in this game. And there's even some guys that are just in this game that never were in the original. I mean, they added so many monsters. Ridiculous. Hey, thanks, dude. That's really nice of you. I think you're pretty much telling him, you know, your sister was kidnapped by that other smaller pink jerk. And I think it's going to help you, pretty much. I mean, then the game will continue on. I think he's pretty much saying, follow me. If anything. I'm not sure, I just have no idea. Why am I hanging on the screen like this? Yeah, if you see that little flicker there, that's me pushing the screen. I still can't figure out why we never got this game. But, pretty much I think he says follow me, and I'm gonna do just that. Yeah. Finicky controls on touchscreen are finicky. And here we go. Welcome to your hub area for the rest of the game. Well, not here, but this location you got to. Okay. Yeah, I waited for some reason for a minute. Okay, the guy coming in here, he is the Master Breeder. He's also the guy you talk to breed your monsters. In this game, it's pretty much the same difference, but yeah. Basically saying, follow me and I'll take you to the king. This is the Kingdom of Great Tree. You also saw it on the beginning of this game when we were in the title screen there. And it actually does change over the course of the game. That actually changes in the title screen. So there's certain little aspects that happen that makes the tree go bigger. And this is just giving you a little overlook of everything. I mean, this game just gave me nostalgia the first time I saw it. It has everything in there, the music, everything's been updated, and nice 3D graphics. I just really wish this came out to the States. Having to get it was a real pain, guys. So, while we're following this guy up, we're going to have to follow him up to the area there. I'll tell you that I got this game basically through BlueStacks, and I actually paid for it. I did not actually download it for free. I believe in actually paying for a decent game. It's about 20 bucks. And, yeah. It was easier than trying to buy a 3DS capture card, trying to do it over the computer, and then also trying to get on translated, you know, a translation fan patch, which they do have, and then trying to play it on a Japanese 3DS, and buying all that stuff would cost me hundreds of dollars. This cost me 20. So, I wonder which one you're going to think I'm going to go with. I don't know everything that's said in this game. I can just pretty much go with what I know from the original. So, I might even translate some of the things on here just to make it easier, but depends. It's pretty much everything that's going on is pretty much what you expect of the game. So, he took you up here to basically lead you to the castle entrance. And so you go in, and you have to walk on this really long carpet area. Oh, here's the minister guy. He helps heal you throughout the game. You'll see that probably in this part. So, yeah. It's basically taking you to the king now. And while you walk up here, you'll see a picture of the king and queen right on the sides over there. Right where I'm going to. Yeah, that's their portraits. But you're actually going to meet the real guy in about 10 seconds, so let's get there. And you have this little snazzy little in-game cutscene. And where you talk to the king. In the original game, you basically told him that your sister was captured, and he's basically introducing himself. This is where he asks you your name. That is Terry in Japanese, if anyone wants to know. I just leave it at default. But this king is the king of Great Tree. Great Tree, well, because you're in a giant tree. Ha ha, funny, funny. And Wadabow is their guardian of Great Tree. And the same thing with Rodney for Great Log, which you'll learn about later too. That's also in the second game, if you don't know. You actually help Wadabow in that one, but in this one, he's just kind of a jerk. And so is Kingdom of Great Log, but that changes at the post-game. But we're not to that point yet, so... I have played through this game once. I restarted it now because, well, I wanted to. But, yeah, they're basically talking to the king, and you now agree to basically become his champion for the Starry Night Tournament. And the Starry Night Tournament's basically a tournament that all these kingdoms have, basically to see who's best and everything like that. It's basically their Pokemon League. And before anyone says anything, no, it is not like Pokemon, at least in most regards. There's stat growth, stuff like that. But the breeding mechanic in this game is a lot more expanded. But we're not to that point yet, so I'll talk more about that later. But here is the farm where you leave off your monsters. In the original game, you would do the same thing, and you actually had limited areas. In this game, it's pretty much hard. It would take you forever to fill it up. But this is basically giving you a little hands-on about how to get things in your party. Basically, you take it from the screen, put it down in one of those rows, say OK, which is what that says down there, and now it's in your party. So there's a little bit of backstory here too. He tells you all this stuff, and now you go back to the king. But I think I tried doing something really stupid down here. No, I guess that's later. What you do is you go up here and you talk to the king. Same difference in the original game as well. The only monster they had was the slime, which is usually your beginning monster. Anyway, even in the second game, it was the slime. Yeah, here I do this really stupid idea where I think it's okay to go over here. I don't know what I was doing, guys, but yeah, I walked over here. I want to talk to this dude. He won't let me through. And then I tried going through anyway, but I can't because I have to talk to the king first. Yeah, I still have that, but it's because you can't just skip the story. The story is simplistic, really easy and simplistic. Honestly, there's not much of one, which is good, because if there was, I probably wouldn't have any idea what's going on because I can't read Japanese. But you go up to this guy, and he's wondering, why do you have the slime? There's way better monsters over there, especially a certain monster, Healer. And he's wondering what's going on. So, you tell him that was the only monster available, and, well, this happens. Basically, that guy let the monsters escape into other gates, and that's why you didn't get another monster. And that's kind of explaining why the other monsters are in those gates. So, basically, he let them escape. And the only one he had left was the slime. So, yeah. Now he's begging forgiveness of the king. And, yeah. I kind of feel sorry for the dude. I forgot what his name was. He's so unimportant that basically I call him the monster farmer guy. Well, that's all he really is the deposit monsters. But later on, when you get the breed, there's a second guy down there. Supposed to be his brother, I guess. But what happens is that you pretty much never go to him anymore. Because the other guy down there does it. So now he has an idea that you should go in the gate and get the monster. Yeah. No crap, dude. And so he thinks that idea is a good idea, and so now you're gonna go over there and get the monster out of the gate. So, yeah. And when I said about the monsters going through the gates, I think it's only for the first guy when you go to get the healer. I'm not sure about the other ones. I was not really sure about that, but there's some little bit of Easter eggs in each level if you don't realize. So, when I said the healer, we're going to go and get him and Poshi, and also get other guys as well. And this is a little bit different than the original. The original, you could only carry 3 monsters at a time. There was no weight, there was no sizes, nothing like that. Well, I mean size is not weight, but there was no different distinction in their sizes. Now they do. They have 3 different sizes. Small, which starts with an S. You have medium, which is M, and you have giant, which is for G. Sorry, not J. G. I'm bad with words today. But here's the portal that'll take you there. But, well, I'm discussing this. It'll give you a little tutorial on this part here, which is really stupid. And you don't really need to know what's really going on, because I'll get that in a second. But, what happens next, if I can get over here, is, oh man, these 3D environments just look so good. Originally it was flat, and there was, like, nothing there. You would go to each level and go through a staircase each time to get to the next level. Rinse and repeat. Random encounters. There was no monsters on the overmap. Here you have monsters on the overmap, so you can avoid them. They seem to do it with every Dragon Quest game nowadays, because some people just don't like random encounters. And Waterballs here is just giving you a tutorial of how to capture monsters, how to get items. Gives you a little tutorial, but it's really not necessary. Really what you need to know is that you can capture monsters. And here we go with our first battle. And I think I knocked this guy out. Because, I don't know. So, yeah, you just fight monsters. You just keep fighting them. There's not really much here to talk about. I mean, you do attacks. I can't really understand what the attacks are, so I just do the sword, which basically I do is auto attack. And certain attacks allow you to do certain moves, so I just do it like that. I kind of cheat. I mean, I can't understand Japanese. I have to translate it through. A lot of stuff I had to figure out by translation. By using Google Translate with a text ripper that allows me to take it from the image so I can figure out what's being said. Because some of the monsters don't actually have an English translation. Because, as I said, this is a kind of enhanced version of the 3D version of the 3DS. And there's new monsters and stuff like that. So they weren't translated because the one that was translated was a 3D one. So there's a lot more monsters in this game than the other one. So, as you can see there, this is a new little thing that was added to the Joker series, but that was added to this called Scouting. There's a little thing here. I think I'll show you to the next battle I get into here. But it allows you basically, that percentage meter on the side goes up. And the more it goes up, it basically more chance you are to get the monster. In the original game, all you had was meat, which is also used in this game as well. But yeah, the meat helps percentage go up. It's really early in the game. The idea of just scouting by yourself doesn't go up. It depends on the level and stuff like that. A lot of different variables. But there's no Pokeballs involved. There's nothing like that. When I was talking about the sizes, all these guys are smalls, by the way. You can see in my roster there is the little small S for small. You can have 4 smalls on your team. 2 mediums, 1 medium, 2 smalls, stuff like that. 1 giant and 1 small. I don't really like the mechanic much. Kind of stinks. But as you saw right there, that little circle down there, that little circle that's kind of like parallel, that has a little stripes on it, that's your scouting. And it allows you to scout your monster. But you want to use meat, which I just picked up, by the way. The meat allows you to get monsters much more easily. I'm saving here because it's a good idea in games like this, especially how long they are. But yes, the idea of having them in the overfield here, I have no issue with. It's made for that type of idea. Especially since Joker started the trend of doing it. A lot of stuff were added from Joker. I didn't like the Joker originally. I didn't like the mechanics too much. There was just so much that they changed. I just didn't like it much. But adding those variations with the original game really works out well. I'm redoing this entire game, playing it from the beginning to the end. I've already done it already. And I put about almost 180 hours into it. So here I'm only going to go through a small little bit. You also want to knock out monsters so you get experience as well. There is a level up. Stats increase, stuff like that. There's nothing like in Pokemon where you have to go to EV values, stuff like that. That's what I like about this. It's a lot more straightforward. I believe in this fight, after I beat this guy, I mean, I love the animations too. Look at those animations. It looks so cool. believe here... Yes, there's a screen right here. This screen that you go to is when you get points for your ability points. If you play Dragon Quest VIII, you're very familiar with this idea. What you do is basically allocate the points, and if you have enough points in those little numbers that are, grayed out right now, they will be open, and you'll get those skills or advantages in battle. So, yeah, if you play Dragon Quest VIII, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Also, Dragon Quest IX did the same thing, but thought you might want to know that, just to give you an idea. And you want to be very thoughtful about it, because in this game, skills can be increased if you breed two monsters together that master those skills. They actually go up, and they'll give you more and more powerful amounts for each attribute, or even for the attack. So that's how you get better attacks. And there's combinations all over the place, so you definitely need a guide for that. And I had to use one. There's some really good resources you just need to find. I might put them in the description below here. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just going around here killing monsters. So, while I'm doing that, yeah, I mean, if you've seen all the animations and stuff, they have all different animations for different attacks. There's at least 3 or 4 different animations, and they get way more awesome later on when you get better monsters. So you see on the side there, those monsters you don't get till much later in the last part of the first half of the game. There's also another post-game. It is not the same as the original one. So, if you think you're going to fight all the Demon Lords, stuff like that, you're going to be sadly mistaken. They've changed that all up. But I mean, now, especially the views have been changed. Especially, I mean, look at this. The views are much nicer. As you notice, you're no longer top down, and you're now from the back camera. You can avoid certain monsters. Well, it's a Pecky. Well, that's what it was called originally. There was Draki, Pecky, Anteater, and Slime. I don't know what they call them in this game. I'm using a lot of old lingo for a lot of the monsters because that's what I remember them as. So, yeah. See that meter? See that meter? Yeah, see, it went up to 100%. That means you guarantee to get the monster. And you're probably wondering what that little flick thing there is. That's me pressing on the screen. I didn't realize they had some animation for that. As you can see, it's very easy to control. Very easy. There's a little map there, and then on top there's the screen with all it's on there. It also tells you the time, which I really wish you could disable. And yeah, see, when I know that allows me to use some type of fire attack on him. I believe that was called Fire Bane in the original. I might cut past some fights here and there because if I don't, it's going to take way too long. I just wanted to show at least what you'll be going through when you play the game. I mean, I'll show different locations, stuff like that, but I might have to skip through it because it will take so long. But some of the first levels are really short. I mean, literally in this level, there's only four areas. They changed that from the original. The original had way more than that. Ridiculous amounts. So they lowered that, which I kind of like. I don't know if they changed the where the monsters are too. I think they've altered it somewhat. I don't know if they have them in the same locations again. I know Anteaters and Peckies and Drakis were in the original Dragon Quest. So here's the well. You go down it, basically. Used to these stairs, I believe it was. Here is the last part of the stage. See, you see them there? It's kind of like a Twilight look. That's what you do. So yeah. Almost at the end of the level here. While we're getting to the last ending part, I was looking for there's a little small cube that allows you to teleport to these locations later on. Something called Easy Mode, which is only in this game. So, in this version for the smartphone, which is called Easy Adventure, which allows you to go through it and go to the last part and also level up your characters doing that instead of having to go through each and every location. But you can only do it after you beat it once. And you have to beat the boss too. So, it only works that way. But I didn't find it, so. But getting back to the thing here, you're going to fight the healer monster, or heal slime as it is actually called. In this game, it's interesting because even including from the first one, they're all references to other games. And we get to the well finally here to get to the next part. You're also hearing different music from like certain overworld map themes from multiple different games. So, running around. Run around. They even give you a battery indicator on here. I hate that too. I wish there was a way to disable those. I have no idea what items I'm getting right now, just to let you know. I have no idea. You want to get tiny medals, by the way. They do stuff in this game as well. We're not to that point yet. So we'll get to that when we get to that. Alright. But yes, every location in this game for all the monsters that you capture and get in your team are all based on monsters from the other games. So, from the main series. So the healer is from Dragon Quest IV, where you meet him with Sir McRyan, I believe, the first area. And the healer there wanted to become like a man or something, he wanted to become human or something crazy like that. But he helps him out because McRyan doesn't actually have healing techniques. So if you go here, that's where that reference is. And all of them are references to other locations. And I'll tell you what those are when we get to there. If you haven't already played the original game, or have not played this game that's been translated to the 3D version, then I'll talk to you about it. I mean, there's also other things like meeting new people from other locations, from other countries, they call them, that you can fight and get their monsters. Yeah, you don't have the Pokemon thing where you can't capture monsters from actual other people. Here it's encouraged, so that's kind of cool. They don't do it to you, but alright. I think I was saving here to make sure that if I didn't have high enough level guys, I wouldn't have to start at a ridiculous location. If you lose in this game, you're going to start out from the beginning again, and you're going to have to go from your last save, so you want to make sure to do that. So here's the cave. This is a reference to, as I said, McRyan in Dragon Quest IV. I have no idea what this healer says to you, so, but all I know is you have to fight him. So you fight him, and in this game also, you also have two parties. Your support party and your actual party. Your support party is basically a second party in case your first party gets knocked out, or you can switch people in and out of each one, unless there are certain sides that doesn't allow you to do that. So, yeah, here I'm just going to be fighting the healer, and the boss music is really, really good. Still missed the original, but, hey, I think it was from Dragon Quest Joker this one is from, but we're almost to the end of the Let's Play here, so honestly, there's not really much to comment on. I'm just going to keep hitting him, and now he's down. So, 15 experience, 200, okay, my guys have leveled up. Alrighty then. I'm going to take some minutes to do this, but, yeah. Really good game. I am going to enjoy Let's Playing this game, and I'm going to talk to you about why I love these games and the series and everything else, but we're almost at the end of the time here, so yeah, you're mine now. He's put in my secondary party, just to let you know, saying he has joined your party, and even has the party music. Okay, and now we get Teleport MacGuffin / Wadabow here. He is going to take us out of here, so yeah. And every time you get out of here, you're going to have a scene with the king and stuff, telling you about what you did and the area that you were at. And there's something weird about it, because he laughs after the mime comes up to say something to him. I still have no idea what that is. So, basically what's going on is saying, "You have done it, my boy. You have caught the monster." And he's going to say something funny, and he's going to laugh for some reason. And, yeah. He's saying, "Good, congratulations, blah, 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 blah." He asking how you're doing, and what happened. You said you completed the task and caught the monster, blah, blah, blah. Alright. And this guy is really happy because he caught the monster and he's no longer in trouble anymore. And he's going to go through his little spiel here, and then he's going to say, busy, 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 which is what he said in the original game. And he's going through that curtain over there. You saw it before. There's a reason behind that, but you won't learn that until much later, and I don't want to talk about it. But yep, here we are at the end of the Let's Play. Hope to see you again, guys. See you in part 2.